Good afternoon. Welcome to my garden. My name is Heather and my garden is Lilac Hill. It is a quarter-acre garden located on the west coast of British Columbia in Canada. And today is February the 4th and I want to show you around the hosta enclosure. The garden is on approximately 1/4 acre. And I have many plants that come up, and I have something happening in the garden 12 months of the year. And I really just hope you enjoy sharing the time with me when I take you around. Today, the hosta enclosure is just a really good place to start. And from there, we'll do more videos. Okay? All right, so let's get started. Thank you. So I'm standing at the gate of the enclosure. The enclosure was built approximately 4 years ago. We've been on the property since 2018. My husband built this enclosure for me so that I would have some protection from the deer that come through the property. We're not fenced. I do about 75% of the gardening back in the back garden, or what would be, I guess, like the backyard. And the rest of the gardening is done out front and along the driveway. So I'm just, I guess I should be showing you the plants that are in here. So there's a number of different plants, lots of heuchera. There's phlox, clematis. This is a Nancy Evans rhododendron. I really like heuchera. Heuchera do well in this climate. This clematis is going to get moved. It's not blooming. And hydrangea just got pruned for spring. This is a lovely hellebore called Sunflare. And another nice big hydrangea, a mop head hydrangea. And there's a tangutica in here. Clematis is going to also be moved. So little baby snowdrops are coming up through the pot. I do lots of things from seed. This blue building is my potting shed. And it was done last year. It was an old tin shed. So this is a great enclosure to just have the plants that are safe from deer coming in. This is the Hosta Patriot. This one is Sum and Substance. This is one I named Jack because it was given to me by a very good friend and it's unnamed. And this one is Celine, who was the president of a garden club I was in for over 17 years. So starting in this corner, I have the newly pruned Salvia Hot Lips. This rose is a nice big climber. It's not a climber, it is a long stem red rose that came from the neighbor. And when the property sold, the daughter didn't want the plant to be ripped out, so she passed it on to me. There are 4 clematis that are blooming, that will bloom. This one is the Will Goodwin. And then from there, I've got Haku Ukan. And this one is Pink Fantasy. And then this one is Ville de Lyon. And I apologize for my French. They all are going to get their pruning because you can see they are in bud. I'll leave a lot of the garden unpruned for winter. It's just better for the cover for the animals. But it's getting close to where I will be pruning the garden back and getting ready for winter. Or I should say spring. We are in winter. So now we're going to walk around here and see some of the heucheras. I believe this one, now these ones on this side are the older heucheras. I brought these with me. I'd say 80% of the plants you'll see in my videos were brought with me from my previous property. This is my 3rd garden. This garden was completely done by my husband and I. We did not have any garden here to speak of. We had rocks and basically debris. This one I believe is Melting Fire. It's either Melting Fire or Purple Palace. And this one is probably Sweet Tea, if I went by my old tags. But this could be Sweet Tea too. But the heucheras do so well in this garden. It's unbelievable. This one is so black. And I really love this one. I will try to find the name of this one because it is a beauty. All right, so passing under the window of the reclaimed windows, we are planning a greenhouse out of these old reclaimed windows. We'll come around to this side and start over here. There are some penstemon also in the garden, but they're not coming up yet. So let's see, this one here, I have to refer to my notes because I literally have hundreds and hundreds of plants in the garden. Sorry, I'm getting out my name tags here. Okay, so this one, I believe, this could be another, this could actually be the Purple Palace. All right, and now I know coming across here that this one is Twist of Lime, because I just put this one in. Again, Nancy Evans blooms a kind of a nice, beautiful orange yellow. This is a geranium with the phlox. When I moved, I combined a lot of plants together to transport them, because we brought thousands of different little plants and cuttings and things. Well, I shouldn't say thousands, that's an exaggeration. We brought hundreds of plants. And a lot of them, when I got here, they were in the pots for so long that they grew together. And that's one example, the geranium with the phlox. Here's a little rose. I'll go in more into the roses at another time. And this one is called Cherry Truffles. Now, who doesn't want a heuchera named Cherry Truffles? Like, yummy. Looks like there's a tag for a meadow sweet, not yet up. Little phlox just starting. Oh, and this clematis, which I can see is just peeking through, is called Rouge Cardinal. Again, I apologize for my Canadian accent. All right, this one here is Pistachio Ambrosia. And who doesn't want a plant named Pistachio Ambrosia? Now, you know what? Now that I look at my tags, this one is actually probably the Twist of Lime. And this one back here, because it's got just that little bit of rust and a ruffle leaf, I believe is the Pistachio Ambrosia. So lots coming up. We're getting excited for this season. This is just a nice small sample of the different plants that I have and what's going to be happening. Oh, I should tell you about, oh, there's a penstemon, but it needs to be pruned, but survived the winter. We have had -10. We had -10 the beginning of January. This is another salvia hot lips. I just love how when this plant is growing with the other one on this side, you actually have to push through the salvias to come into the gate, and it just gets the best scent. My husband built this gate. We ordered the panel from an artist in Ontario. I love that panel. It looks like it's leaves. This is its like 4th or 5th year. But this rose is so old, and it came off of my driveway in my very first property, and it's come with me through my journeys to this property, and I just love it. It is Chicago Peace. So thank you for coming along on the tour of the early signs of growth in the hosta enclosure in the winter garden. But there's a lot going on in a winter garden. I do a lot all year round. I don't stop. I take a little bit of time off, but I do a lot of documenting my plants and seeing what worked and what didn't work. That is my beautiful little potting shed that my husband built. And thank you for watching. We'll see you again very soon.